Good morning, and welcome back to the Adventures of Macananthia. In today's video, I'm going to bring you something a little different, where we're going to address the problem of mileage fraud in second-hand vehicles. So in a minute, we're going to get inside my motorhome, and I'm going to show you a test you can do to establish whether the mileage on the odometer of your speedo cluster is actually the same as the actual mileage the vehicle has really done. So first, let's just take a minute to see how widespread now, actually serious this problem really is. I did some research for the UK, not Spain, to see, how serious was mileage fraud in the UK. And it turns out a well-known leading HPI service that actually does HPI checks found that actually 1 in 11 vehicles had discrepancies in their mileage readings. So whilst I'd say it isn't a huge problem, it's definitely a considerable problem. 1 in 11 isn't a few. It's quite a substantial amount. So how do these discrepancies occur? Well, some of them are perfectly innocent. Sometimes they need a new instrument cluster, or various other little reasons why the mileage has altered. But often it is actually deliberate fraud. An example of this is sometimes if you've got, say, ex-fleet vehicles that have very high mileages, and are sold at auction or something to second-hand car traders. They may not have ever had an MOT, they may only be a couple of years old and due for their first MOT, and it's a perfect opportunity for mileage to be wound right back to an average mileage for the vehicle of its year before you sell it on to the public. Also, even if it is going through the MOT process, if it's turning over 40,000 miles a year and it's due for a new MOT, there's nothing to stop a vehicle trader from winding it back 30,000, taking it for an MOT and it not raising any alarm bells whatsoever. So checking previous MOT histories certainly is a good place to start. You could do that. There's a free service, I believe, on the government website. And there's various companies that actually do it for free as well, where you can check previous mileages on MOT certificates. And there's similar systems here in place in Spain as well. Okay, so that leads me on to another instance when actual mileage fraud could become a problem and another opportunity for unscrupulous people to change the mileage on a vehicle. So another example that gives people the opportunity to tamper with mileage and fraudulently alter it is when a vehicle is imported into a new country, which brings me on to my vehicle behind us. Okay, so for you, those of you who are new to the channel, who may not be familiar with our motorhome, our motorhome is a Hobby 600 that we lovingly refer to as Hobbit. So the history of Hobbit is as follows. He originally started out life in Germany and was imported to the UK, where he lived for several years before he was finally re-exported to Spain. Since then, he's been through several owners over here, but usually back through the same supplier. Okay, so without further ado, enough waffle, let's get inside and do the test. Okay, so what we're going to use for this test is the iSoft OBD2 scanner. Now, lots of different scanners will do this job. It doesn't have to be this scanner, and I'm afraid I can't actually recommend this scanner purely because the after-sales service is poor. That said, this does do the job very well. Okay then, so what we've done is we've noted down the mileage, which is 92,646, that's on the odometer. We've noted down the chassis number so we can get the exact vehicle type, which in this case on the Fiat Ducati is the first 3 numbers after the first 3 letters on the chassis number. I'll show you that in a bit of B-roll. Okay then, so we've plugged the scanner in, takes about 5 seconds, and then what we're going to do is we put the ignition on and we're going to start the test. Now, for the purposes of this test, we're going to use a stopwatch. The reason we're going to do that is to assess, is it viable and should we expect a second-hand car trader to actually do this test? Does it take hours and is it really complicated, in which case we shouldn't expect them to do it? Or does it only take a few minutes and really they would be negligent not to do it? Okay, so we're going to start the stopwatch on the phone and start the diagnostics. So we've got diagnostics, enter, Fiat, enter, then one version, so enter, and now we're going to scroll down the list of Fiat vehicles until we come to the Fiat Ducato 244. Ducato 244, enter. Okay, and we're just going to do a smart scan. Okay, this may take a while to do, and I shall probably fast forwards this little bit in editing. It's checking 13 and communicated with 13 systems, including the ECU. I shall probably speed it up in editing, but obviously that won't change what's been recorded on the stopwatch on the mobile phone. Okay, so there you have it. You can see it's connected to the engine management system, the Boss diesel injection, and it's describing 2 litre, 2.3 and 2.8, which is the vehicle we've got. So we hit enter. Right, and then we're going to scroll down to view data, enter. And then we're going to scroll down to odometer, enter, and start. And there you have it. Okay, 137,112 kilometers. I'm just going to stop the stopwatch. Okay, and as you can see, that took just under 2 minutes to complete. So obviously any second-hand motor trader who did not carry out this test has definitely been negligent in their duties towards their customers. So as you can see from this test, there is a huge discrepancy on the mileage on this vehicle I purchased a little over 2 years ago. When I originally purchased this vehicle, it had 72,000 miles on the clock. So as a percentage, that discrepancy is 65% more than they advertised it as. A huge discrepancy. So for the benefit of the people who are only watching this video to learn how to check the mileage on their car, I'm going to end this video here, but I will be doing a part 2 for those of you who want to see how I got on when I approached the motorhome dealership to question them about the mileage and what they're actually going to do about it. The result was shocking. So if you're interested in that, hit subscribe and like, switch notifications on so you don't miss it, and I'll be back to you soon with that video. So for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.